The will lay before me, an unfinished draft. Here, at her 87 years of age, Mama had exercised her final act of control, her possessions. I can only promise you girls so much, she says now, her gaze shifting from her hands up into the ceiling. For once, she does not look into our faces, which I know is a sign of internal uncertainty. And the thing is, there's still Frodo. Frodo, Mama's 9-year-old holy poodle, represents one of her most tender, enduring relationships with a member of the male species. We used to joke this was because she feeds him chicken scraps from the table every 2.3 minutes. She is doing so now. Mama, Esther says, please, it's not what we want, it's what you want. My eldest sister says this with the emotional strength of a 17-year-old boy telling some hapless girl that it's not me, it's you. Everyone knows what Esther wants. Her eyes rarely leave Mama's right hand, where a diamond ring sits so prettily. It's the only pretty thing that Mama has ever inherited from someone else. The only thing she didn't earn herself. The only gift that she ever actually wanted and got. What I want doesn't mean chicken shit after I'm dead and gone, Mama says. She smiles when she says shit. She always has. Mama, please, Anna starts. She holds her regal nose high. For years, when we were kids, that nose brought us more trouble than anything we said or did in school. For years, she walked with her face downward, like foxhounds sniffing out a trail. But then she followed our father's advice, the only good advice he ever gave, and kept that nose in her books until she got herself a scholarship to university, then law school, then sued a former employer for some anti-Semitic remarks he made into a microphone once. And is a smart, tough cookie who also likes diamond rings. Look, why do we waste time like this, Mama says. Why can't I just give you all money now, and we can finish making supper and go to the movies, and then I can just die quietly in my sleep? She smiles when she says this, even chuckles, but we know better. She's absolutely serious. Our mother is a card-carrying member of the Hemlock Society, and ever since our father died a slow and onerous death, she has reminded us time and again of her right to determine how and when she goes. Mama, please don't talk so. You're upsetting Malka, Esther says. All eyes turn to me. I'm not really that upset, but since I'm the youngest, Mama has always expected me to be the most emotional. I fake it well, and it usually serves me good. Malka's fine, Mama says. Besides, it's part of the First Amendment. Suicide is not part of the Constitution, Anna insists. And I should know. You know shit, Mama says, smiling. The First Amendment protects the freedom of expression. Death is just another form of expression. A good lawyer knows how to interpret such things, Anna. Anna puts her fingers to her temples, rests her head on her chest. She shows defeat so easily around our mother. We all do. Look, Mama, we're not here to discuss how you die, Esther says slowly, her eyes still on the ring, but rather what to do when that happens. Have a party, Mama says. Get that good wine, not the cheap stuff. But one thing I don't want anybody sitting with Shiva. We all nod slowly. Finally, something we can agree on. I spent too many Saturdays at houses of mourning. When your father died, I did it because it was his wish. But the last thing I want when I go is for a house full of people to sit around and stare at my unsexy body while my soul dances an invisible jig. I laugh. Anna disapproves. Esther leans back into her chair and sighs heavily. We hear the clock strike in the kitchen. Mama has one of those bird clocks that trills a different song every hour on the hour. It's noon, which means the kitchen sounds like a mechanical owl has taken roost. We've been at this for 2 hours already, Frodo whines, and so Mama slips him another piece of chicken from the plate on the table. You see? Frodo gets it, Mama says. He knows I'm all over this death and dying shit. He knows I don't believe in heaven or hell. Sure, he'll miss me when I'm gone, but that won't stop him from pissing on the neighbor's fence or dragging dead mice out from under the patio or licking his ass. As if on cue, Frodo props a leg against her chair and starts a close inspection of his more private organs. See? He's completely unembarrassed. If there's anything I wanted to teach you girls all these years, it is to kill that shame your father instilled in us all. The room's quiet. I try to tune out the sounds that Frodo makes. Mama looks out the window, where the Santa Monica sunlight shines so superficially. It is 70 degrees in November. This is all about the ring, isn't it, Mama says. We all startle. She looks down at her finger and wiggles it. For the first time, she looks us all in the face, one by one. Esther gulps audibly. Do us all a favor and stop bullshitting yourselves. It's okay to want things. Mama, I wouldn't dream of, Anna starts. It's up to you, puts in Esther. You know the full story of this ring? Mama asks. We all nod. Malka, tell it to me again. I forget what is the full story of the ring. It belonged to Papa's mother, I say. She left it to you when she died. Yeah, yes, it did, but you think life is as simple as that? Mama says, for us? She smiles, slips Frodo some more chicken. I remember Papa said it was stolen once, Esther says. On the way to the hospital when your Amma was in labor, Mama says. There she was, this loud, crazy immigrant woman, caterwauling in the back of an ambulance, and this nurse, she holds her by the hand, the whole way to the hospital. And then your Amma gives birth to your Papa, and it isn't until she's on the way home the next day that she sees the ring is missing. And she searches her purse, and she calls the police, and they call her all kinds of nasty names, wanting to pay them to find it for her. So how'd you get it back, Anna asks. Well, 2 years pass, and Amma gets pregnant again. This time, she takes a cab to the hospital, and just when she gets to a bed, she notices the ring on the attending nurse. No, Esther says. These things I cannot make up, Mama says solemnly. Your Amma, she fought for this ring. She pushed, and then she gave birth to your Aunt Harriet. And when she was done, she reached over and pulled the ring right off that miserly old white lady. What? I said. Well, at least that's the story your Papa told me, Mama says. But as you know, your Papa was full of shit. She wiggles her finger. I never liked his mother, but I sure did like her diamond ring. All three of us girls lean in, share a breath of excitement. We haven't shared a feeling like this in years. So I tell you what, Mama says. Whichever of you girls agrees to help me die gets the ring. And she reaches down and rubs Frodo's belly. Instantly, we all push back our chairs. Mama laughs, yells as I get up to go to the kitchen. Get me a beer, Malka. And I do.